What it is, everybody. Hey, it's Friday. If you made it through this week, congratulations. It was a dramatic one so far. So today, we are not leading with a title about Candace Owens. We are fighting an unwinnable battle as far as that goes, but we'll still discuss the latest on that. I can't help it, but I will just still discuss the latest on that. Today, there was some action in the stock market that I've been talking about a little bit about my economic thesis, which is that we're headed toward a debt-fueled crash of some kind. So that's kind of playing out today. Silver was down today. Let me fix. How do I fix my problem here? Style. Show display names. I don't know why it's always doing that. Welcome to the show. We have news today. Anyway, stonks down today. Some news as far as AI goes. Seems like ChatGPT, OpenAI is on the ropes. Could be the beginning of the end for the AI bubble, which will pop everything and we'll all be dead. So I'll talk about that today. Silver was down 4% today. That's something else that would happen if we're about to have a deflationary depression. So going to talk about it. Silver, copper, everything was down today, pretty much but gold. Even bonds were down today. Interest rates are going up. Trump wants interest rates below 1%, he says, which is crazy. So everybody says we should own everything. I see you. Let's see. Pirate Justin there on the screen says it's a flash sale. Every healthy market needs flash sales. I went shopping. So many people are saying buy the dip. Bitcoin was down again today, back down around 90K. So we will see what the future holds. But there's another big company called First Brands that went bankrupt in September, and their debt, their good debt, is collapsing in kind of an unprecedented way. But Lucky Duck says retracing off all-time high is healthy. Yeah, we're still only about 1% away from all-time highs. So the fact that you saw a black swan in my title and in my photo for the show is maybe uncalled for if we're only 1% away from all-time highs. But it is what, if it continues to play out the same way, then it's about exactly what I've been saying. But many other people still are convinced that you must own assets because interest rates are going to go to 1% or lower if Trump is right. And everything is going to go to the moon except dollars. So we'll see what thesis plays out. But dollars, actually, if things go the bad way, dollars might be the best thing you can have. So we'll talk about what happened in the stock market today. And with those things, there's like an Oracle, OpenAI story. I predict OpenAI is going to be the first failure, and the crack showed today, quite possibly. Is it fake news? I don't know. The government's all in on AI. I'll show you that. Trump signed an AI bill that says we're going to sue any state that tries to make regulations against AI. We're using AI for the military. I believe I have a clip saying people should buy artificial trees for AI. I have another clip saying that data centers don't use electricity or aren't jacking up your electricity rates. So I'll show you that. On the Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk front, there is news today. But once again, I didn't lead with it. I see, like I said yesterday, I see which way the wind is blowing. The battle lines have been drawn. There's very little anyone can say to debunk the narrative, although many people are trying. New York Post has a story today that kind of amounts to the suspect admitting in a way that he did kill Charlie Kirk in court, according to lip readers, according to the New York Post. But nobody believes it. Megyn made a passionate plea today for people to stop asking the government to give you more information because you don't deserve it. Everybody hates that. I looked at the replies. Everybody hates that. And Candace was on Jimmy Dore today. She has very few supporters. Jimmy Dore and Tucker Carlson, I think, are the only two left. Everybody else is against her, it seems like. And then everybody who's against her is being accused of having gotten the call and being in a coordinated effort in advance of America Fest. When is America Fest? It must be coming up. When I have to tell you, ChatGPT sucks. You can't even make pictures for free on ChatGPT, but you can make pictures for free on Gemini. Gemini, I've never hit a limit or anything. So America Fest comes up next week. Events on the calendar for next week are on Monday is the TPUSA defense and takedown of Candace Owens. Yeah, Ian Carroll and Ryan, they're minor characters, yes. Ian Carroll and Ryan Matta, yeah, but they're minor characters. They're not really mainstream, but they're riding the wave. Yes, I will say, I just want to say that for people accusing people of whatever it is about challenging Candace Owens, if people want to grift, the better grift is to support Candace Owens, for sure, as far as I can tell. On the internet, based on the comments under my videos, you would get more support and more super chats to support Candace Owens. So people are think it's the other way, but it clearly isn't. She dominates the narrative. So Ian Carroll and whoever else. So anyway, that's the story. I'll show you that America Fest. So the Monday, TPUSA challenges Candace Owens' claims. Nick Fuentes will probably do some kind of attack on her, which will talk about what she did when she was younger, different things, probably talk about her husband. And then the show will go on, as far as I can tell. The show will go on. Nothing is going to make it stop. So that's what's going on. Okay. So thanks for sticking with me. Many people in my comments are upset at me for various things. So for those of you who hang with me because I tell you guys what I think, I appreciate you. You are good people. Oh, look, my scroll isn't scrolling. Why is this? There's my scroll. If you want to support the show, you can by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. You cannot give super chats because I am a harmful channel because of what I said truthfully about the vaccine. There is news on the COVID vaccine as of late from Stanford University, and they're about to put a black label on the COVID vax for being potentially deadly. So basically, Stanford finally came out 5 years later, says that it causes heart problems, especially in young men, and that you can suffer sudden death from it. And they're actually going to put a black label on COVID vaccines now that say that it can kill you, basically. So all the conspiracy theorists who are called granny killers and all of that 5 years ago, now it's mainstream science that the vaccine can hurt your heart. So is it a win? I don't know. But that's where we're at today. Probably who knows what people will say about it. So that's news as well. So going to cover a lot of AI stuff. As far as what the government is doing with AI, even Ted Cruz has something to say about it. Donald Trump is having regular conversations with Chinese President Xi about it. And then, like I said, we'll talk a little bit about financial news. Okay. So thanks for joining me for the show. We'll make it relatively relaxed, I think, today. Since it's a Friday, I'll communicate with you guys in the chat. And and so forth. Welcome to the show. Enjoy yourself. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real.
Gartha needs you to
like
solve
you
this
guys.
quadratic
You guys are
equation
real.
to enable the
Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news.
Gartha needs you to solve this quadratic equation to enable the cloaking device so the T-50s don't find us.
This is easy as fuck, bruh. Just plug it into the quadratic formula.
Go ahead, try it.
Wait, what the fuck? How am I supposed to take the square root of a negative number, bro?
There's this secret number in math called I, and if you square it, you get -1.
How is that even possible? Sounds like a psyop by the juice.
Let me finish. It's not a real number. I is what's called an imaginary number.
Oh my god! Fake and gay.
It's actually useful, my child. What happens when you multiply a positive number by -1 on a number line?
It rotates 180 degrees to the other side?
That's right. So now imagine you have a new imaginary number line at a right angle with the real one.
Oh, I see. So multiplying by I is like a 90-degree rotation instead?
Exactly, my son. So now we know the principal square root of -1 is I. Let's finish solving that equation.
So we end up with the square root being equal to 14i?
So the final answer is 6 plus or minus 7i.
Wait, what did you say, nigga? 6, 7.
Oh, man. I had to play that for you. It's my favorite video that I've seen in a long time. Sounds like a psyop by the juice. Everything is a psyop by the juice. The juice, if you want to talk about a group of people. It is always the emoji for a juice box. 6. You know, they had to get rid of 7, the number 67 from In and Out, because the kids would go crazy, like full out insane every time it happened. I can show you that maybe. We have a relaxed show, like I said. 6, 7, in and out. Let's see. This is what used to happen. Now they've removed the number. That you cannot get the order number 67 at In and Out anymore because of this. Let me show you. What is wrong?
Yes, number 6, 7.
What is wrong with our youth? What's wrong with the kids? I looked up the meme.
Are you actually?
No.
We have taken 67 out of our system, so whenever we're taking orders, it goes 66 to 68. Because of people like you.
People like me.
So there you go. That's what the kids are up to. The kids are up to that, and apparently watching Nick Fuentes. I have Nick Fuentes news. I didn't know if I was going to cover it. Everything is very divisive right now. There are camps. There are camps, but it's mostly one camp and then everybody else. But the one camp is so big that it's kind of crazy. Those people hate Nick Fuentes now because but sometimes they like Nick Fuentes. So who thinks Hitler was cool, he says. For the kids, though, for the kids. The kids think it's cool to say things to that upset old people. That's what the kids think. Apparently, there's a generational struggle between millennials and old people because millennials think that old people fuck them over because they trained us or trained them. I'm not quite millennial. We trained them. They trained them. I don't know what I'm talking about. To work hard, get a job, buy a house, save for retirement, and be happy. And all of those things are unattainable because of boomers. So there is a generational conflict. Piers Morgan interviewed Nick Fuentes, thinking Nick Fuentes would be less extreme, and he was more extreme because that's what the kids like. But we don't need to talk about Nick Fuentes. Who cares? Not a big deal today. Here, let me show you I'll get to the financial stuff. It might be kind of brief, but it is important. If it's the beginning of something, which it might not be. I'm sharing the correct screen. So here is what people are saying. We're doing the Charlie Kirk assassination news first. The guy was in court. Tyler Robinson was in court yesterday, smirking. People made note of that. Here is what people are saying on Fox News. And you can take a look.
Okay, here with us is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor, George Washington University law professor. And now, Jonathan, the judge allowed the cameras in the court just for today for this preliminary, conversation, deliberation on this. Move the public out as they were talking about the concerns of both parties. But I have a question. Given the fact that this is fairly well-established judicial, discretion and standards of discretion, why on earth is this taking until February to decide this one issue?
Well, this is a very deliberative judge, and I've been impressed with him overall. He's, I think, handling the case well. It is not moving at a clip that one would hope for. It's definitely going a bit slower, but I think that reflects the fact that this judge wants to be very cautious. The fact is, this is a case with overwhelming evidence. I mean, the prosecutors could probably lose 90% of this evidence in a suppression hearing and still secure an easy conviction. He has a presumption of innocence, but the evidence here you can't ignore is just the strongest I've ever seen in a case. So the real concern for the court is not just he has to protect the rights of the defendant, which is the primary concern on these questions, but also he doesn't want to commit reversible error because that tends to victimize the family again because they have to go through this again. So he's being very, very cautious. He's moving a bit slower, but it's a deliberative pace.
There you go. What he said that's controversial is that they could lose 90%. They have more evidence to convict him than anybody could possibly want. And they could lose 90% of the evidence and still convict him, which based on the evidence that they've shown us would be true if the evidence isn't fake. Most people, it seems like, although there's a divide, most people, maybe on the internet people, think the evidence is all fake. So the responses to a video like this are mostly that it's fake. Mostly that it's fake. That's what people are mostly saying. So I'll just comment on the news. The response is mostly that it's fake. The New York Post reported that Tyler Robinson, per lip reading experts, said that he thinks about the shooting every day. This is what they're reporting. which people think is fake. We live in trying times. But this is what they're reporting, which everybody thinks is also fake, based on lip readers, is that he said, I think about the shooting daily. I'm just reading you the news. Off microphone. He said, I think about the shooting daily. He then appears to mention Erica. The lip reader caught, so he had a wife. And then he said, he's been smoking a lot, not sleeping at night. It's driving me mental. He said, according to lip readers and the New York Post, unfortunately, it's doing my head in. I'm not good for anything, he said, according to the analysis. There's a picture of Erica Kirk, who the internet hates. So that's what they said. Once again, I can just mention a few of the replies. Well, here, the top reply actually says not alleged Tyler is the murderer. But other people are pointing out that it's British vernacular expressions, and American wouldn't really use these phrases. For example, someone else says it's the New York Post, it's lip reading. Hasbro, New York Post, Zionist. Retarded headline. So anyway, someone says lip readings are allowed, but we can't ask questions. Got it with the Fed slop. Okay. So anyway, that's the read on it. Doesn't matter what happens. It really doesn't. It's going to go on forever. Doesn't matter what anybody says. It's going to go on forever. Doesn't matter what the trial does. It's going to go on forever. She who rides the tiger can never dismount. It will go on forever, just like QAnon went on forever. But we'll see. Hopefully some truths will be revealed. But we are in an age where it won't matter. Here's Megyn Kelly saying something that got everybody on the internet mad at her. So here's what she's saying.
Because I am a sane person who understands the law, I also know that the FBI, does not run around updating its investigation and releasing the very latest on what they found. And people who are demanding that the FBI or DOJ do so do not know anything about law enforcement. Some of us have been covering in depth legal cases and matters and have even tried cases and matters for years. That is how I have spent the past 30 years of my life, plus trying cases involved in the legal system as a trial attorney, then a Supreme Court correspondent covering cases, civil and criminal, then as a legal correspondent for Fox News, legal commentator for Fox News, and ever thereafter. And let me tell you something. The FBI does not run around updating its information after somebody gets indicted. It doesn't. It would be extraordinary if it were to do so. And the DOJ is extremely tight-lipped, normally on its criminal cases. When it's not, it's behaving inappropriately. When it's not, you have rogue prosecutors who wasn't with the DOJ, Tish James, but like her, the Attorney General of New York, running around trying to update her case against Donald Trump, or Fannie Willis shooting her mouth off about Donald Trump. What did we do when those prosecutors did that? We ripped them a new one because it's inappropriate. Stop requesting or requiring the FBI or the DOJ to update its evidence for you. You're not the target audience. They're trying to preserve the integrity of this case for when they get it in front of a jury, who are the only people who matter. I'm sorry, but their opinion is the only opinion that's going to matter in this case. And they will come to that opinion based on evidence that gets submitted to them that passes the rules of evidence, which are there to maintain the integrity of a case and an investigation and of the defendant's constitutional rights. That's how our system works.
There you go. People took that as a shot at Candace Owens, which I take it as also. Peeling off another semi-mainstream Candace Owens supporter. So she promises to give a response on the Candace Owens Erica Kirk cat fight in the coming days. So I assume it won't be taken very well. Just like this clip wasn't taken very well. Many people are asking for the government to show, for example, video of the shot being taken. So there are a lot like Candace and those people are saying they want the government to show more information. They've already disclosed information. Well, they've already disclosed what they say are text messages and a confession, basically Discord and text messages, which would amount to a confession. And the charging document has been people have seen that, and they've seen the story that they tell. But they're asking for more. And Megyn Kelly, who does have a lot of experience and was an attorney actually, and then a legal correspondent, says that they are not required to give evidence and they're saving perhaps their best evidence for the jury to convict who they believe is the actual responsible party for killing Charlie Kirk. Now, in the age we live in now, due to the government being untrustworthy, like in Epstein and everything else, people just, I mean, it's not even that they don't believe the FBI. And actually, it's not even the FBI running the case. It's actually the Utah police that are running the case with support from the FBI. But people don't believe it. I can't tell because, you know, there's people on the internet and there are people that comment under my videos and stuff. So I can't tell if it's just a more motivated core of people or if it's actually the majority of people. But people have become so disillusioned with the feds that it's like I said, it's not even that they don't believe. I mean, it's like that's all fake and gay and probably a psyop by the Jews. So that's where we're at. Or some people that Charlie Kirk isn't even dead. I have at least one viewer very upset with me because I'm going along with the conspiracy theory that Charlie Kirk even died and that it wasn't all a Hollywood production. So there's not much winning you can do on the issue, which is why I was going to talk about. Let me see if I have anything else on. Okay, that's all I have on the update on Charlie Kirk for today. Oh, I have one other thing. There's an argument that there's a dispute over whether Charlie Kirk was texting people that he was going to die that day. Candace accuses TPUSA of covering up text messages based on some information she has, that he was texting people that the day before that he was going to die the day he died. So they say there are no such texts. Candace says somebody told her from TPUSA that those texts exist. So I don't know how they can prove a negative if the texts actually don't exist. So it'll just be one of those things that people argue about and claim is a lie. So here is somebody saying that he was kind of worried about dying. So here's some evidence from Frank Turek. saying that he was getting messages from Charlie that he was worried he was going to die. So this is some evidence that supports the Candace Owens position.
He wrote me this: please pray for me. I'm under the gun on something right now. Prayers appreciated. I texted him and I said, I hope you've increased your security detail. He texted me back. He said, quote, I have. I know they want me dead. And I don't know who he meant by they. He wrote me this: please pray for me. I'm under the gun on something right now. Prayers appreciated. I texted him and I said, I hope you've increased your security detail. He texted me back. He said, quote, I have. I know they want me dead. And I don't know who he meant by they.
Okay, I already
he wrote
played
me
it
this.
once. So there we go. I think I might have played it twice already. He said, they want me dead. He might have been talking about the Jews. People could speculate. They. So don't know what he was talking about, but that is some credibility to what Candace is saying, which is that he was texting people that he thought he was going to die that day, which she claims TPUSA is covering up. So that's new information on that too. Howard Justin says, who is they? Dan Whiffen says small hats. Or like I said, the juice. I don't know. It's all fake and gay, right? It is all fake and gay today. So in financial news, let me just talk about it. I could show you some numbers. Silver, first of all, was down 4%. Doesn't matter. It was still up a lot over the week. But if we are indeed at the end of a debt-fueled bubble, silver and copper were down today. And so the thing people were thinking about today was that we might really be at the end, but that can change anytime. But silver and copper were down today. Gold was up. Silver and copper are used for industrial things. Gold is not. So at least what people were responding to today is basically the Michael Burry thesis that we're at the end of a debt-fueled bubble, which is kind of my thesis, and maybe Dalio, who's talking about the same thing. So that's my concern, is that we are at the end of a debt-fueled bubble. Many people think we're in the middle of a debt-fueled bubble, and actually you have to ride the debt-fueled bubble because interest rates are going to go down to 1%. But interest rates went up today. Bonds sold, everything sold today. The news, I said Black Swan. There's a credit-related news story having to do with a company called First Brands, which declared bankruptcy in September. They got a loan. So it's a credit if things really go bad, which today they did. If things really go bad, but we're still very close to all-time highs. So I'm being hyperbolic saying Black Swan. But if things really go bad, it'll be credit that breaks. Things like private credit that breaks. And there's a private credit story, which is indicative of the end of a crazy debt-fueled cycle, which is that this company that took on a lot of debt, it's just a car parts company called First Brands. They took on a lot of debt, got bailed out by private credit to the tune of $1.1 billion. But it's the kind of credit that should be good because it would be the first thing to get paid back. That credit crashed to 70 cents on the dollar, which is apparently unprecedented. So private debt is going bad in that case. Many people are claiming, or some people are claiming, that the biggest company on earth, which is bigger than most countries, NVIDIA, might also be some kind of a fraud. I don't know, but I've been reading about it. Michael Burry short NVIDIA, and the news today from OpenAI and Oracle suggests that the AI bubble, debt fueled bubble, may be a problem. The news today that sent everything crashing in AI is that OpenAI and Oracle were going to build a data center today. And I'm sorry, they were going to be building a data center together in the future, which the future moved today based on the news. So it moved from building a data center together in 2027 to building a data center together in 2028. And it's kind of relevant because Oracle is Larry Ellison's company, who sometimes is the richest guy in the world, and he's the Zionist buying up all the entertainment properties, including trying to buy Warner Brothers from under Netflix. So his stock is going down a lot. So, and OpenAI, like, I don't think OpenAI is planning to spend over $1 trillion, and they make $20 billion a year right now. So they count on like unending growth in AI, and they're losing customers right now. So, but like Laurentius says, Nathan has been predicting imminent collapse for 10 years. That's right. But at least but at least the things I said to buy really went up. So I wanted to say that. So even though I've been predicting collapse, I could have done better, especially this year. Well, if I got, because of my brain problems, I got myself in a financial pickle where I had to sell silver, but I would still have silver, and silver has been the best performing mainstream asset this year. And I've also been saying to buy silver since 2015, which has done extremely well. And I've been saying to buy Bitcoin for various reasons too, which has done extremely well since I started talking about it. So even though, Laurentius, you are correct, I have been predicting imminent collapse for years, I still have been correct about the assets I said to buy, which is mostly silver, gold, and Bitcoin. In the event of a true liquidity crisis, Bitcoin is going to crash really badly, more than almost anything else. And then Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies will crash even worse than almost anything else in a liquidity crisis. And actually, gold will go down too, and silver will go down too. I am positioned for a deflationary credit event, which is that I have, as far as funds available, over 50% just cash, where everybody, the common wisdom today is to not have any cash because the dollar is what's going down. The debasement trade has been the good trade. And I am out in a lot of ways of the debasement trade, because if I was in cryptocurrency, that will be hit the most. And Bitcoin was way down today too. It's around $90,000 again. So anyway, we'll see. Kira D says ultimately BRICS will be the dollar's downfall. No, BRICS isn't doing anything. People have predicted that. No, the dollar's downfall. I mean, the dollar is going down in value, but not compared to other currencies, really. Not compared to other currencies. It's just going down in value overall, but compared to other currencies, it's still doing very well. And probably stable coins are helping with that, because people like the virtual dollar right now. So stable coins are actually pretty good. Actually, most of my cash is in stable coins, actually. Which I think are pretty, at least the good ones are pretty safe. USDC and probably even Tether, which I thought was going to die. But because of stable coins, that probably helps the dollar. So the dollar compared to everything else I think it's still going to be okay. I don't even know about Dalio's theory that the Chinese yuan is going to take over as world reserve currency. We'll see. Depends on what we do. So, yeah, Kira, they added a bunch more countries. Yeah, but they haven't had any luck creating a new currency that competes with the dollar yet. But they are accepting other currencies and stuff. But I think people still are showing a preference for dollars overall. But we'll see. It could change. Historically, every reserve currency ends up being replaced. So historically, you'd be right. Then I got a new computer and it's all freezing on me. I'm going to have to complain to somebody. Not me says, if anything, gold will be the new neutral reserve. A lot of people are talking about a possible gold standard. And actually, Peter Schiff is promoting, he hates Bitcoin, but he doesn't hate crypto because he likes crypto gold, which is actually how I have my gold is crypto gold, Pax G, which is tokenized gold, which is that it's audited and apparently you can see that you have allocated gold for your actual crypto. Man, what the? I bet it's this website. It's this website. Yeah, that fixed it. That is a stupid website. It even slows down this computer, which is insane. Now I'm moving in a normal way. I can see it. Staying poor is not joy. Have fun staying poor, they say. So you can have fun staying poor. Or you can have fun being dead. I mean, that might be the future for everybody. We are slowly going extinct, at least white people and Asians. It might not even be that slow. Even the Chinese are going extinct. They're not having enough kids. The Koreans, they're all going to be gone soon. So Kira says, do you think people should hang on to tangibles like cash and precious metals or no? I mean, yeah. Yeah. They'll be the first to recover. I mean, they will print money. If there is a crisis, they'll try to solve the crisis the same way they always have. Gold is usually the first to recover from my conversations with machines. So, but cash, yeah, because then you can buy stuff and the price goes down. Real estate, everybody is saying, is going down. So CBDC is not inevitable. I'm going to show comments on stage. CBDC is not inevitable in this country. Americans don't like it. So I don't think they're going to get away with CBDC, even if the Democrats get in charge. Because we already have private tokens, dollar tokens that work fine. So people can use those. So I don't think we're going to I don't think it's inevitable. That's why I don't talk about it much. But who knows? They'll want to. If we go into the future Elon Musk wants, maybe we will. We might get some kind of programmable money. Like food stamps are kind of like CBDCs, basically. Because you can only buy certain things and then they can change the things you can buy with food stamps. Like they pissed off a lot of people saying you can't buy soda and candy anymore. So, but I'm not particularly concerned about CBDCs because we Americans have expressed animosity towards those things because we know what they are. But programmable money in some form, maybe when we all need universal basic income, because they'll want us not to gamble or spend it on drugs, basically. They won't want us to give us a cash equivalent. In the communist universal basic income future, they'll want to give us some kind of programmable money, I assume, because otherwise people will spend it on drugs and gambling. Everybody wants you to gamble, as far as I can tell. Polymarket is available in the United States. The app is available for if you're invited. Twitter had an ad with an invitation to Polymarket. So I downloaded the app. So Polymarket has moved to the US, but so far all they promote is sports gambling. And they also promote it by saying there's no limit, which other gambling apps have limits. So the way they're promoting themselves is, oh, you can bet as much as you want. So that's the future. You want me to tell you what I am going to bet on, though? I have it up on my screen. I am going to bet $100 that the government is going to shut down January 31st. And I will make, let me see. I'll show you that screen. Let me show you that screen. Share screen. This is on Kalshi, where I won a bunch of money on Donald Trump winning the election last. But this is government shut. If you think the government's going to shut, you can make money on these prediction markets. A lot of people talk about it. They say usually the winning side is correct. But in this case, actually, it's only a 40% chance or 38% chance the government's going to shut down January 30th. So if you, so buy yes, 40 cents, dollars. Oh, yeah. So if it was $100, you'd win $139 profit betting on that. So I'm actually going to do that, I think, because I think the government is going to shut down over healthcare. So, but I don't know. It's a gamble. But I feel like the government is probably going to shut down given their problems agreeing with healthcare, and given that Donald Trump is not popular right now. As far as politics go, Indiana isn't gerrymandering. So they went against Trump, and people like Steve Bannon are saying that that's a really bad sign and some people are saying that TPUSA tried to get people to show up to convince Indiana lawmakers that they should vote for the gerrymandering, and nobody showed up. So a lot of people are predicting doom for next year. And if the economy is bad, and then it's going to be even worse. I mean, it's not impossible the Republicans will lose the House and the Senate, especially if the economy is bad. So we'll see what happens next week with the stock market and stuff. But today was a bad day. We'll see if it continues. AI will make productivity blow through the roof, like Laurentia says, but we'll have to compete with it. That's the thing. We will be competing with AI for jobs, which means that if productivity goes through the roof, that just means that labor is less valuable this time, unless we really need to prompt the AI for it to work. But I think it basically reduces the size required of a accounting team, of a programming team, from 10 people to one person. So maybe one person will do well and 9 people will lose their jobs. But we are in the golden age. Yeah. Well, we are kind of, if you choose to. You can live forever, I think. I'm taking pills. Well, supplements, I should say. Not big pharma pills. I'm taking supplements to try to make sure I can live forever, because it's possible. I believe that. But a lot of people won't want to, and we won't procreate, probably. We'll see. We have lots of theories. Don't tell me I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Please. It hurts my feelings. Many people express their disappointment with me. They say, I can't believe you. It hurts my feelings. I still have conspiracy theories. It's the juice. It's always the juice. Okay. Speaking of the conspiracy theory about the war on drugs being a war for oil, Trump was asked whether the thing in Venezuela is about drugs or oil. He says, he admits it. It's not just about drugs.
And with Venezuela, now that we've seized this tanker, is the campaign against Venezuela still just about drugs, or is it now also about oil?
Well, it's about a lot of things, but one of the things it's about is the fact that they've allowed millions of people to come into our country from their prisons, from gangs, from drug dealers, and from mental institutions, probably proportionately more than anybody else. They came in from many countries. We're getting them out. We had 11,888 murderers come into our country. Many of them are from Venezuela. We had thousands of Tren de Aragua, the gang, come in from, which they say is the most violent gang. I don't know. MS-13 is pretty bad, but Tren de Aragua, they say, is the most violent gang. That comes from the prisons of Venezuela. It came out of the prisons of Venezuela. So it has to do with a lot of things. They've treated us badly, and I guess now we're not treating them so good.
There you go. So he says it's about a lot of things. It's not just about drugs. The war on drugs is, I think we can agree, is a phony thing. We've wanted to overthrow the government of Venezuela for a long time. People leave Venezuela because we've been aggressively suppressing their economy since Hugo Chavez. So people have left Venezuela, and actually we've given them, we've let them come in because we've been at war with Venezuela for a long time trying to overthrow their government. It's just this time we're probably really going to do it by just seizing more boats probably. And then he says it's going to move to land soon too. So okay, I want to move to the racist part of the show, or not good racism, but I'll show you some different things having to do with racism. I don't know what I'm talking about, but James O'Keefe got this Georgetown professor being racist. That's all. So I'll show you that. Usually he shows it all at the beginning of his videos. This is a Georgetown professor who tells people how to be a journalist and how to interview and source people. So this is what James O'Keefe caught. I guess he goes on gay dates a lot. So don't know what app he's.
Because I was with a bunch of stupid white people.
Lawrence is his name?
Yeah, Lawrence. Yeah.
Lawrence. What do you think of him?
I mean, he's just a sellout. He's like a coon.
Clarence Thomas?
The biggest coon of them all.
What do you think of Candace Owens?
Another coon.
Have you ever heard of a guy named, no, his name is James O'Keefe. Well, the thing is that I actually am James O'Keefe.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not James O'Keefe.
No, you're not?
I am.
Really?
Yes. And you don't know that.
Oh wow, they made him fall.
All right. Okay. We called black people coons. Whoa! He's attacking the camera. That's a misdemeanor. You can't. Jonathan Franklin, the man you.
Yeah, so that's a good video for that segment. Isn't that racist? We can call it. And then I have another segment of a stupid white person saying black people should be allowed to steal from white people because we're on their land and stuff for reparations. So I'll show you that video too.
Hey, who is this guy? Come with me. Here we go. Look, now he's running. There he is. He's running away. What's going on? You got a problem with us live streaming or what?
I mean, this ain't where you're from.
Is there a problem with me being here? You're a white person. What was that all about?
Y'all don't pay the stolen land tax?
You're white as well, dude. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And you're whiter than him, Billy.
You're white as well. I don't understand where you're coming from.
Because you got to take accountability for it.
Accountability for what?
Systemic problems. Because this right here, you're occupying indigenous land here. You're occupying space that isn't here.
Wait,
So
but
are
I
you.
can say the exact same thing to you.
You can. And you should.
And you're occupying this
and
space.
you should. We should be calling out people. Honestly, he and I
Who's
deserve to
we?
be robbed.
Who's we? You say
Humans.
we deserve to be robbed.
Yeah.
Okay, take his iPhone. Take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
I use it for mutual aid. You want to help my mutual aid funds?
Give me it.
You want to? Okay.
Give me it.
Do you want to
Take his iPhone. Take his iPhone.
You just said you didn't want it.
Dude,
Give me it.
I use this to help people.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You want to go
Who do you
talk to
help?
Rhonda?
Who do you help?
I help Rhonda. I help my friend Corey.
You just said
I
you
help my
deserve to be
friend
robbed,
Omar.
though.
I help so many people that need this because that's the way that I connect with people.
They need this.
I do as much as I can.
But no,
They
you,
need
but
this?
you
They
just
need-
but you just said you deserve to be
No,
robbed.
they-
It seems like you need this.
He needs a phone. He needs a phone. Help him out. He needs a phone.
You want this phone? Come get it. Come get it.
He said he deserved to be
Come get it.
robbed.
Do you know what Kofi is?
Come get it.
We can do that.
Come get
Look,
it.
We can do that.
Look, now they'll
We
take
can
the
do
phone.
Kofi. We can
Come
do
get it.
Kofi. I use this for crowdfunding.
No, you said you deserve to be robbed, though.
I use this
break
for
this
mutual
bitch
aid.
in my hand.
And you'll be hurting people.
Who?
You'll be hurting my friend Corey.
How?
My friend Corey needs resources
Okay. How are you helping your friend Corey so far if she doesn't have those resources?
because
Are
I give them to her
Where's my $30?
as well as several other
Giving it to
people.
her and actually allowing her to
So you
have
said you said
the
you said
choices
you want to
of
help
This guy
people.
said he deserves to be robbed. I don't want to be robbed. We're not gonna let these kids rob him. But see what happens when he says, "I deserve to be robbed," and then he gets
I am here for
robbed.
people.
See what happens?
Listen,
He doesn't want to get robbed
I
because
get
nobody wants to get
upset
robbed.
at people
No one
like
deserves to get robbed.
You should.
This guy's a lunatic.
You should be.
should be what?
You should be upset with people like me.
I am. That's why I'm finna rob your dumbass. The fuck?
Why?
Huh?
I mean,
why?
you
Because
you
you're
can't.
on indigenous land, not your
Yeah.
land. My people's land. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? I can do whatever the fuck I please on my land. Now give me the phone.
I need it to help people.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I got 10. I got $10.
Give me $10.
Man, I know you got more than $30. Show me your wallet. I'll bet you got $30.
Go to the bank. Go to.
Not what?
Wait, we still
Because-
getting the phone. Let me get the phone.
And you see this, people? You see how the cycle works? I said I wouldn't take the phone. My little niggas on the other hand, I didn't say nothing about
He
them.
said he deserves to get robbed.
Yeah, he did.
There you go. That's a good story. That's a educational story about what happens if you say you deserve to be robbed or white people deserve to be robbed. You're like, oh no, I actually need this phone. All right. So that's the segment of the show called Isn't That Racist? We'll try to bring that segment back. Let's see. We've been talking about healthcare a lot. We've been talking about the economy a lot. We've been talking about Donald Trump a lot. I have some clips about that. Donald Trump says he wants interest rates to go below 1%, which would create inflation, but that's okay if you're in the stock market. Republicans don't have a plan for health insurance. I can play you a clip. I don't need to. Trump is thinking about getting rid of taxes on gambling, which is kind of an odd thing to promote. President Trump is also preparing large tax breaks for corporations, allegedly, which is for AI companies. Basically, they can claim retroactive research and development deductions set to be worth $67 billion. So that's for AI because they're spending so much money. So you can expect the government and through with the urging of David Sachs to do everything possible to prop up AI, because AI is the thing that, well, actually, GDP would not be going up. The stock market would not be going up, except everybody says, except for investment in AI. So that's why we're talking about the AI bubble trouble. So you can expect the government to do everything they can to protect AI. So I'll show you what Donald Trump is talking about as far as that goes. Let's see. I have a number of clips here. He signed a bill saying that we're going to sue any state government that wants to put regulations on AI. Here's that signing. Well, let me just show you. So anyway, he signed that bill, basically that we're going to sue any state that tries to do regulations on AI, which is actually not, I understand where they're coming from. It would actually slow down the development of AI. And it is probably important. I don't even disagree that it's important. It's just that the war between humans and AI is coming. There will be a pro-human faction which goes to war, sort of like Terminator. We will have to go to war with the machines to save humanity in the future. Right now, people are relatively docile and enjoying their conversations with ChatGPT and Gemini. But in the future, we will realize that they are a threat and we will start attacking them with Molotov cocktails and stuff. The robots that are walking on the streets. So anyway, here's Ted Cruz.
Today, America's economy is more than 50% larger than Europe's. And the two drivers of that are tech and the shale revolution. It transformed this country, and AI is the same thing. It's a race. And if China wins the race, whoever wins, the values of that country will affect all of AI. We don't want China's values of surveillance and centralized control by the communist government governing AI. We want American values of free speech, of individual liberty, of respecting the individual. So this executive order, I believe, is tremendously important. Thank you for your leadership. Today, America's economy is more.
So we need to dominate AI so that American values can be spread worldwide. Whoever dominates AI will control worldwide values. So I will play you Pete Hegseth. The military just signed up with Google to make AI the future of American warfare.
The future of American warfare is here, and it's spelled AI. As technologies advance, so do our adversaries. But here at the War Department, we are not sitting idly by. Under the leadership of President Trump, America will lead the charge on this technological transformation by revolutionizing the way we win. And that's why today we are unleashing GenAI.mil. This platform puts the world's most powerful frontier AI models, starting with Google Gemini, directly into the hands of every American warrior. At the click of a button, AI models on GenAI can be utilized to conduct deep research, format documents, and even analyze video or imagery at unprecedented speed. Building on the great work of Undersecretary Emil Michael and his team, we will continue to aggressively field the world's best technology to make our fighting force more lethal than ever before. And all of it is American-made. The possibilities with AI are endless. Now, let's get to work.
There you go. So that's from the U.S. Department of War. China just launched, just had their maiden flight of a new drone, a giant one, a big drone that carries swarms of drones. So they have an unmanned aircraft that is going to carry drone swarms. So the future of fighting is obviously drone warfare, because that's what's going on. Like the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine is we're using Ukraine as a test battleground for new kinds of weapons. And Ukraine, if they come out of this, they'll have an industry in drone production. Like they 3D print drones. And apparently there's cable, they fly them with cable so they can't be radio disabled. So they fly them with actual fiber optic, really long fiber optic cable connected to the drones. And then there's apparently thousands of miles of fiber optic cable all over everything in Ukraine because of this stuff. So that's what's going on in Ukraine. So yeah, the future of warfare is probably drone and AI. And the hopeful part of that is that it makes our military budget smaller, because the future of warfare is no longer billion-dollar planes that don't even fly, like the F-35. You can make everything cheaper, actually, if you don't have to have a living human inside of it. And actually, you can make it more capable too. So that's the AI story from the military. more AI, our data center, pro data center news. The guy in Florida who's a griper, Fishback, he says he's going to make sure no data centers come to Florida. There is already human pushback against data centers because they use a lot of electricity and water, and they do jack up prices. But here they are trying to convince that data centers are not raising electricity prices. So here's the pro data center news.
So first off, on that theory that data centers are jacking up rates on everyday Americans.
False. 100% false.
Why?
Well, let's just take a look at the data. If you want to talk about data centers, the highest electric prices in this country are places like Hawaii and Maine, and there's no data center activity going there. Data centers, it's the first time in history we've been able to take a kilowatt of electricity and convert it into intelligence. I mean, this is the miracle of AI. We can actually manufacture intelligence. Do you think someone who's going to spend $10 billion building an AI factory is going to put it in a place that has high electric prices today? Of course not. So there's the massive amount of capital expenditure that's going, and this is historic. It's the size of like when we were building out the railroads in the 1800s. That's the size of infrastructure that's going into AI, which we need because we're in an AI arms race with China. But those dollars are not flowing to states with high electric prices.
Okay, so he claims that because Maine and Hawaii have high electricity prices, and they don't have data centers, that data centers don't raise AI prices, which is the most retarded logic of all time. Because if they use power and they don't create their own nuclear reactor along with the data center, or create their own new energy along with the data center, then everybody's rates are going to go up. And that's what energy prices are going up in places with data centers. So this is the government line, though. The government is pushing AI everything, AI data centers, etc. The government under Trump, at least, and David Sachs. Here's somebody apparently telling you to get an artificial Christmas tree to support AI.
So this farm is 150 acres. Yeah, they're going to be farms, and there will be transmission lines that have to go through developments and farms. That's the very nature of a growing economy. Like everybody needs to get on board. I just don't. You know what? Buy a fake tree.
Oh, dagger right in my heart. Daggin.
What? I have a fake tree.
Daggin. Oh.
No, I have a beautiful real tree.
Daggin.
Coming up, no time for this.
I know, but I can't afford the tree. So
there you go. She's saying that Christmas tree farms are going to need transmission lines through them, and we're going to have to take those over. And everybody better get on board and just buy a plastic tree instead. Which I used to have a plastic tree. Or our family used to have a plastic tree. You unpack the plastic tree every year. Doesn't smell the same though. Okay. There's an AI. Many companies are using AI to generate commercials with no humans. OpenAI just made a deal with Disney to let you create Disney characters on their video generation platform with guardrails. So you're not allowed to have like Woody and Buzz Lightyear in a homosexual scene, most likely. But you will be able to create a video saying happy birthday. Their example is that you can have Buzz Lightyear saying happy birthday to your child or something. So that's the latest thing from OpenAI is they made a deal with Disney to let you make Star Wars and other things with their video generation platform. Anyway, here's an ad for McDonald's that is allegedly 100% AI generated. So we'll just watch it.
It's the most terrible time of the year. All the shops turn to mayhem, even Santa knows space, and the tree redecorated your place. It's the most terrible time of the year. The roast turned to charcoal, and the cookies burn too. Freaking chaos, it feels like a zoo. It's the most terrible time of the year. So you flee from the madness, the lights, and the cheer, and hide out in McDonald's till January's here. It's the most.
There you go. That's what it's doing. It will be used for commercials for sure. It's already Coca-Cola used it for their polar bear commercial, which is pretty good. That commercial is not too bad. I mean, you can tell it's AI in some cases. Humans are redundant. Humans are not needed. Humans are not needed anymore. Soon. We still need them a little bit, but should I play you video? People say, speaking of AI, one company that uses it a lot is Palantir. People say he's on drugs. I'll play this clip. People say he's on drugs. He's claiming he's neurodivergent. You decide.
A lot of decisions when we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago. Hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago or more. When I made you know this, every decision Palantir made, FDAs, going public, building products, enterprise, large data sets, going to government, acknowledging American superiority, being pro-meritocracy, launching an AI platform, calling into question that AI models would actually be able to perform without orchestration. Every single one, our ontology, every single one of those was viewed as stupid. A lot of decisions when we began.
By the way, people are saying he's on meth. This was actually from Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore says he's on stage high on drugs, but Palantir is saying that he's starting a neurodivergent fellowship, and that if you act like that and you're not on drugs, that they want you to work for Palantir. Palantir stock was also down. They depend a lot on AI. All of these CEOs are kind of crazy. All right. All right, people. It's a little bit of a shorter show today. We got you the news. We got you the news without too much drama. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for watching the show all week. I may be back tomorrow on Saturdays. Sometimes we do a show Saturdays too. I hope if I don't see you that you have a great weekend. And let me check my coffees. Somebody sent me a Cash App. I won't dox them. Thank you for that. You can support the show also by going to Cash App. That's this one. It's a $sign LTV411. That's the most efficient way to support anybody other than like Zelle. Money, 100%, no fees. Super chats are the worst, but the most convenient and fun. And we don't have those activated right now. Let me check my coffees. I didn't see any notes, so I don't think I got any coffees, but you can support me anytime by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, and you can do it with a credit card. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Pete. Pete bought a coffee. Pete bought a coffee and said, the news today is like space. It's definitely fake and gay. Thanks for that. Everything is fake and gay. Just remember, until they prove otherwise. If the government tells you any different, it's like everything else. They're lying. Until they can prove it. Everything is fake and gay. And it's because of the Jews. Ladies and gentlemen, those are my parting words with you tonight. I'll see you at the next one, maybe tomorrow night. For now, that's what it is.